When my grandfather passed away, he left behind an old pocket watch that had been in our family for generations. It was a beautiful piece, gold, engraved with swirling patterns and always ticking, even though no one had wound it in years. In his will, he left the watch to me, saying only, "It's time you knew the truth." I didn't think much of it at first. It was just a sentimental keepsake, right? But one night, as I was holding the watch, I noticed something odd. The second hand wasn't ticking forward like normal, it was ticking backward. I thought it was broken, but when I tried to reset it, I found a tiny inscription on the inside cover: "Set the time to your heart's greatest wish." Curious, I decided to test it. I turned the hands of the watch to the time my mom always said was the happiest moment of her life, the day I was born. As soon as I clicked the crown into place, the room spun and everything went dark. When I opened my eyes, I was standing in a hospital room. My mom was younger, cradling a newborn, me in her arms. My dad was there too, looking happier than I'd ever seen him. I was invisible to them, like a ghost, but I could hear every word. They were laughing, crying, talking about the future. It was surreal. I wanted to stay longer, but the watch started vibrating in my hand. Before I could process what was happening, I was back in my room. I thought it was a one-time thing, but the next night, I tried it again. This time, I set the watch to the time of my grandparents' wedding. Sure enough, I was there, watching them say their vows in a small candlelit church. The watch became my secret window into the past. But then, I got bold. I decided to set it to a time I'd always been curious about. The night my dad left us when I was 6. When I arrived, I saw him packing his bags, but it wasn't what I expected. He wasn't angry or sad. He was whispering to my mom saying, "It's the only way to keep them safe. They'll come for me, but they can't find him." I didn't understand. Who was they, and why did he think he was protecting us? Before I could hear more, the watch buzzed violently, pulling me back to the present. When I looked at it, the second hand had stopped completely, and then the doorbell rang.